This is a little shed that I have this is the 30th of December, and I've started the onions for the demonstration garden in these containers. I've got a top that helps keep the moisture in to help them germinate. And this shed that I'm in stays around 60 degrees, and then I've got the windows that I can place it in. I started these about 3 days ago, and this one, the red mountain red onions, are already starting to germinate, and these are Walla Wallas. I planted 200 seeds, and I just barely covered them with the sifted potting mix, and so I'm hoping they will germinate quickly, and then they'll be ready to plant in March in the demonstration garden. I use this sifter to sift some of the larger stuff out of the potting mix to make sure that I don't have a bunch of sticks and stuff in it. So we'll check on these in another week and see how they're doing. And that's it for now. Well, it's been about 7-8 days. It's now the 5th of January 2023. Let's take a look at these onions and see how they're doing. This is the Walla Wallas. And let's take the cover off. And wow, looks great. Looks like we got maybe 70% germination rate. And they're growing great. Let's look at the reds. This is the red onions, and they're looking good too. Maybe a little bit less germination rate, maybe 60%, but they're doing great. So we'll hopefully look at them again. I didn't say that I'd put them on a heating mat. They have a heating mat that they sit on. So we'll check again in a week or two and see how it's going. Well, it's time to check on these onions again. It's now January 12th, and I just pulled it down. We've had the cover off for sure 4 or 5 days, and it's time to give them a haircut. So what they're looking like, and I don't know if I can hold this and show you, but I'm just gonna trim off the tops there and go around and do that on all of them, and then put it back. I've installed some lights now so that the sun hasn't been out at all, and they'll get too long and stringy without the lights, and it'll help them develop better roots. And also I'm going to start to give them a little bit of fertilizer as I water them, very dilute fertilizer. So that's where we're at, and gonna finish the haircut. Thank you. Check back later. So this is what they look like after their haircut. Well, it's been about another 3 weeks since we last checked these onions. I moved them out to a little greenhouse, and it was about 5 by 10, and started heating it. This is what they're looking like now. This is the reds. You can see they're putting on a little bit of a bulb. And this is the Walla Wallas, and they're doing quite well too. I've given them 2 more haircuts. Cut them off the tops to put energy into the roots. And a week and a half ago, I started another tray of candy onions. And these are just got their first haircut. And that's what they're looking like. So they're doing really well. I'll put them back under the lights here. And then also I've started a colobry kohlrabi about 2 days ago that hopefully it'll sprout here in another 5 or 6 days, and we'll plant those in the demo garden. Let's go back and look, and I also did some cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower to start in the demo garden. So we'll go back and look at those. You can see I pruned my fruit trees. I've got quite a few fruit trees. This is a nice plum tree. And here's some of my raised beds, and it's starting to warm up now. I just actually dug a few small little carrots, but the ground is still frozen, so it still needs to warm up, and another 2 or 3 weeks you'll be able to plant the peas and a lot of other things. So I'm gonna walk back over where we started the onions, and you can see now I've got these cabbages started. This is broccoli, a big tray of broccoli. It's 6 by 9, so 54 broccolis. This is 2 different kinds of cauliflowers, a cauliflower twister and a cauliflower amazing, 54 of them. This is Fargo cabbage, 54 of them, and they're doing quite well. This is red cabbage. Its germination wasn't very good, so I just redid some. And those are all gonna go into the demonstration garden. So it's pretty easy to start these, just similar process, except these are ones that I've put in little individual slots for the cabbage. Okay, that's all for now. I'll check back in about 2 or 3 weeks when we're gonna plant some of that onions outside. It's now the 9th of March. We're ready to try to put these onions out into the demo garden. It's gonna be a little cool, but I think if we, and this is the cabbage, red cabbage, and Fargo cabbage, and broccoli, and kind of a mixture over here. I'm gonna hold off on the cauliflower. So we'll be planting these this morning, and I'll take some videos showing you. This is the red onions, this is the Walla Wallas, and this is the candy onions that we started back the last of December. Now everything's loaded and ready to go to the demo garden. So we're ready to plant. Okay, we're ready to plant these in the demo garden. He's separated these out easy into the different ones, and then we're just putting them in. We don't put them deep at all, and then we put them about 4 inches or 5 inches apart. And these are the candies, and then we'll be doing the others the same way. So we've got about close to 500 plants to put in for our onion crop.